Cutting film is something people might not think about, and so if other people aren't doing it and I am doing it, then that's a huge advantage for me. This is professional soccer. You need to know what you're doing. You need to be playing with your brain as much as your heart. I just thought, like, go back to your roots.
And Foster Langsdorf has his 11th goal this season.
The process of cutting the film is somewhat tedious and can take a while, but I think it's really necessary because it helps me with a major part of my game, which is making runs and getting in the goal-scoring positions. Well, the first part is also the hardest part, is that we actually found the game. So I'll find just my clips, but that involves watching the entire game. I bring up Quick Time Player. I'll click screen recording, which is going to allow me to take a video of what I'm doing on my screen, and then I'll import it onto iMovie. And it's always nice to see it again, and like, sometimes you're so sure of some things, but then you see it on film and you see how you could actually be wrong about something. And like actually go, okay, I think I can learn something from that, and like the coaches would want to see that. I'm watching clips up to 4 times over again, and then I can bring those in and talk to my coaches about it. The great thing is I've kept all my game film since I began doing this, and I began doing this maybe 5 years ago. What was it like cutting out the first film? I thought initially they might not want to hold your hand and walk you through the process. We were in a hotel in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
He came to us, do you guys mind if we sit down and do video tomorrow? And we said, well, yeah, okay, yeah, we're planning on doing that, you know, we'll do some film. And he goes, no, I've cut some stuff.
I have my laptop with me and they're going, and they were somewhat perplexed.
I went, oh, yeah, great. I mean, we're both, you know, obviously caught by surprise with it, but also, you know, exciting thing because we thought, here's this guy, he's very new to the professional environment. He's already in this mode of, how can I get better? How can I get better?
So it's just like, that's me. This is the kid that fell out at the CYO basketball games. Soccer is like the only thing I could do. I was introduced to cutting film my freshman year, and so this is actually a good example. At school, some of my buddies played in the orchestra, and I just asked them when they feel that they're rusty or they're not playing their best, what they do. And they said in those moments they step back and they just work on the fundamentals. If your fundamentals are nailed down, you have a good base that you can go off of. If I go back and look at the film and I continually learn my position a little bit better, I'll get more opportunity to play it.
To have the opportunity to coach a player that is so desperate to be better and has an incredible capacity for work and a willingness to work.
You can't put a guy out there that's good, that doesn't know what he's doing. It just doesn't work.
I remember seeing him as an academy player because we used to bring some of those guys in with what was then the reserve team before we had, you know, T2. He was a pretty feisty competitor, you know.
We were all expected on the Stanford men's soccer team to cut film for ourselves. I didn't want to do it initially, but I wasn't playing because I didn't understand the positional responsibilities. Once I started to cut film, I realized how much value it added to it.
Foster deserves a lot of credit accepting that role and growing into it and becoming a really, really good goal scorer. I think you do see improvement, and I think that part of it is, yeah, it's the video. Part of it is then trying to implement that stuff on the training field and in games, and I think this first year of development has been a really, really good growth year for him. You love to see guys that work so hard and so honest and so willing to get better and to expose themselves to getting feedback, which isn't always positive. The optimist in me thinks that, you know, the sky's the limit for him.
The pride I take away from T2 being successful is just that I want to win. I mean, it's not like I was just drafted to this team. This has been my club for a long time.
I think for Foster, his next step would be making the 18 at the MLS level because that's, you know, that's the difference. There is a significant difference between success in USL and success in MLS.
I know there are so many goals I have to meet and so many other tests that I have to pass to prove to the team that I am ready to play for the first team. I'm not frustrated or anything. I feel like my game is really improving and I'm working my way to that level where I can compete.